Hello and welcome back, guys. Bushcraft family back again with another video. And this is something that has been on my mind for a while. And you notice after a natural disaster, such as a hurricane or something, where people are ordered most of the time to leave their residence and seek shelter elsewhere. Well, like say Florida, for everybody goes north, you know, because there's nowhere else to go. And all the hotels and motels and all these places get filled up. So what I got thinking is, say something like this happens during a shift. This is what cities are going to be doing. There's going to be evacuation because there's not going to be enough food and stuff in the city. So they're going to tell everybody to seek shelter elsewhere. Or they just won't say anything and you fend for yourself. So those people that are in the cities will go out. And that is kind of where I'm at with this. So similar to what happens in Florida when there's a major hurricane and stuff, everybody heads north to where there's safety and things. They get to the motels and stuff, but kind of reverse this a little bit. Say it's a shift thing, and you're either told to leave your house or it's just not safe there anymore with, you know, gangs and marauders, however you want to call these kind of people. So you decide to get your bug out bag, if you have one, or your supplies or whatever, and you head out. Okay, where do you go? And where do you find, you know, shelter and things like this? What are most people going to do? They're going to find houses and stuff that they think would be abandoned, or they're going to try to work their way into places that have a good shelter system and, you know, water and things like that, and maybe solar, not caring who already may be in there. And there will be some very bad elements that will try to break into these places and take them over, not caring who was in there to begin with. Now, that's the thing is, and it depends how many people will flood from the cities when, you know, say EMP. We'll just go just EMPs. Say there's no power in the cities or the outskirts or anything like that. So it won't take long for things to shut down in the major cities. Again, say your city shuts down. Most cities have 2 weeks of power. Some have less. Some don't have any means of keeping, you know, the water treatment place or any of that stuff running after a power outage. So that means water's gone. And you need water. Water is very important. It's the second most important thing for life. You know, oxygen being number one. But as far as preps, water is most important. So if you have no way of replenishing your preps and things, then what do? You have to leave your place, your city that you're in, and head out to where water naturally comes from springs and streams and things like that. So you're at that crossroads where you have to leave your place. And there's going to be a lot of people doing this at the very same time. And it's going to be first come, first serve type of place. They're going to find something. It's going to be occupied or not. So that is where I'm getting at. If you're not in the cities, I mean the big cities, so you have to expect influx of people coming to try to take over places that are not their own, that has come from cities. And here are some of the things that a list. I came up with a list, not a fancy list, and there's probably more to add to this list than normal. The most likely things that would cause everyone in your hometown to flee, and I'm talking, city-wise. Number one, people are ordered to evacuate by local authorities, which still happens. I mean, look at Florida. They're told to leave. They won't get no help, so they have to leave. And they can actually get in trouble if they have to be saved and things like that from a hurricane and whatnot. And number two is natural disaster, such as hurricane, those types of things where they're forced to leave their area. Now, when something like that happens now, they're forced to leave, but there are shelters in place in the neighboring states that will take them in until they're filled up, and there's motels and things like that. But imagine if there isn't those things, where would those people go? There is still law right now. So imagine if there wasn't any law and these people were coming by the thousands into your state or into your county or into your neighborhood or whatever. These are starving people. Imagine thousands of them coming in. It's going to be hectic. Number three, nothing anybody wants to see, but there's a risk of an incoming nuclear attack or enemy invasion. There'll be a lot of people leaving that area really quick. Number four, major political unrest leads to mass protest or taking of things that doesn't belong to them, that type of thing. So that means neighborhoods are totally unsafe, so it's time to leave that area. Because we all see what protest does to city blocks and things. They're no more afterwards. Number five, and probably the most prominent one here, an EMP attack or a solar flare leads to complete breakdown in society and likewise makes neighborhoods unsafe to stay in. shift. Number 6, there is a major environmental disaster or a nuclear meltdown in the general vicinity. Yeah, that's probably a good one right there, because say you have one of those near you and EMP hits, and it won't take long before that thing will not be protected anymore. I'll put it that way. And you want to get away from that. And so will everybody else in that area want to move away from there. And yeah. 7, major epidemic strikes and authorities are prepared to put the area on lockdown. I'm not commenting on that at all because, yeah, people will want to get out of that area. If, yeah. All I'm saying with that. And again, where are these people going to run? They're going to run to the nearest area where they think it's safe, and they're not going to stay out in the, they're not going to camp on the front sidewalk or anything like that. They're going to want homes and nice warm places and where they can feel safe. And if you're there or not, depending on what type of people come knocking, you have to be prepared for these things and what may come. And that's about as far as I'm going to go with that, because, yeah, you know the thing, the YouTube thing. But that comes down to and another way to look at this is, if you're in one of these cities to where you have all your preps, all your stuff, and you're all secured in your nice home and everything, and here comes knock on a door, and it's telling you have 48 hours to leave for these dwellings and in your homes and stuff. So you have to leave. You're, on the other hand, you're one of these people that have to leave, and you're going to out and about trying to find a safe place for your family. Now, the shoe's on the other foot. So you go door to door asking for, where can I stay? I have a family and I need shelter. It could be wintertime. It could be summertime. You don't know. It could be any of those things. What do you do? Are you willing to take another family's dwelling to provide for your own? Yeah. There's a lot to think about. It's just not like, oh, the power's going to go out for a couple weeks and we're just going to chill at the house and eat our MREs and drink pina coladas and stuff until the power comes back on. No, these are things that people need to be thinking about. Excuse me. It's just not going to be wait here for a couple weeks and it's all good. Things are getting so bad right now that if something major happened, we're crippled for a good long while. And then how long are we crippled for till another country comes in to take over? and other things happen. You know, it's just not, you know, one little thing. Oh, yeah, EMP. Well, they'll fix it in a week. No, if an EMP struck our major power supply, you know, our power grid or anything, we're talking years. It used to be there was talk that if the whole grid went down, we're talking 100 years to get back to normal. 100 years. I don't know, but that's a long time. Anyways, I hope this is something to get thinking in somebody's head, that this may be a plan that we have to come up with, and what do we do? You know, is it time to go buy a stretch of land out in the middle of nowhere that doesn't have anything on it, just to find a place to hide during all this stuff? Till next time, God bless.